I don't know. I really would have expected it to. I mean, you know what? I'll come back to that. I will come back to that. I will come back to that. Hey everyone, Andrew here, Super Fit Cosplay, and I've got some awesome news surrounding Superman 2025, directed by James Gunn, starring David Corenswet. So, sorry I've been away so long. It's been a bit of a busy week, but I'm back now, obviously, of course. So we've got some really cool updates about the James Gunn Superman 2025 trailer. So looks like we've got a trailer window actually revealed. So, now, obviously, those of you who have been following my channel, you know that that's a big part of what we're talking about the last few days, well, few weeks really, is the trailer and the news surrounding it. So there's like a lot of stuff. So we've heard rumors that, you know, it's going to be at Brazil's CCXP. We've had a lot of people who think it's probably going to drop during the Super Bowl. Personally, I think that we're going to get a full-length trailer potentially closer to the Super Bowl, if not during. But I do believe that we're going to get something a lot sooner than that. So obviously, a couple of weeks ago, or last week, James Gunn said that the trailer was completed. It's on his hard drive. We're going to get it. It's not going to be too long, but it's not going to be too quick. So what does that mean? I think we're about to find out. So this now comes after we'd heard news that James Gunn reportedly showed a finished screening of Superman 2025 to friends and colleagues. So that's really exciting. So that tells me that he's got his rough cut a little bit more smooth. So who's to know if the film is actually complete? I doubt it. But if he's showing it to people, he's got something going. So that's really excited. So, okay. So according to reports from Collider, the trailer will appear mid-December in the theaters before Disney's Mufasa. Now, they did say, quote, nothing is set in stone. So, okay. That's ahead of Disney's Mufasa in the theaters. I think that's an interesting choice. I'm going to come back to that later. But, okay, so this is the other thing. So that's mid-December. Brazil's CCXP is December 5th. So if we're to believe this, if this is true, then we are not going to get like a big event sort of release of this trailer, which, I don't know. I really would have expected it to... I mean, you know what? I'll come back to that. I will come back to that. I will come back to that. But, okay, so mid-December. December 15th marks the 46th anniversary of Christopher Reeve's Superman the movie. So that could be a really great, like, sort of way to do it. And we all know that James Gunn has paid tribute to Christopher Reeve, his version of Superman, in a couple different ways throughout this process. So I think that would be really a neat... I think that would even be swell. One might say that would be really swell. No bonus points if you get that reference. If you're on this channel and you don't get that reference, shame on you. Okay, so, yes, if this is true, this will debunk the rumor that we've heard that it might be at Brazil's CCXP. And this does connect with James Gunn saying last week that he will not be attending Brazil's CCXP. So, if that is the case, then yeah, we won't get a big event. So it looks like, now again, this is not set in stone, but I don't see why this would not be feasible. Now, my take on this, okay. So Superman 2025 is going to be, it looks like, from the colors, from the leaks and the atmosphere, and basically what he said, and based on crypto alone, right? It's going to be family-oriented. It's not going to be something, I don't think, that will necessarily be, like, say, not for kids. I don't think it's going, like James Gunn has said, it's not going to be a comedy, but just because it's made for kids doesn't mean that it's a comedy. Like Superman, the movie, 1978, that's my Superman, right? But, like, I look at it with an unbiased eye, and I can see that there is campiness to it. But I wouldn't still say that that's necessarily like a comedy, or it goes too far. Not like 1966 Batman, but again, 1966 Batman, even that, like that was the point, right? It knew what it was. It's when you try to do things that are but try to take them too seriously. That's where the things go wrong. Like, I think. And that's where that fine line is between, you know, Marvel humor and say, Joss Whedon Justice League humor. Like, it works for some, it doesn't work for others. But it depends on the story. Like, it can work for anything. It just depends on the story and the characters. Like, Batman shouldn't be jokey joke maker. Like, he can have quips and everything, of course, but, like, we just... I'm digressing a lot. Okay, it doesn't matter. Well, I guess it does. It does. So, what I mean is... So, James Gunn is saying that this is not a comedy, but there, I'm sure, will be comedic elements to it. There will be family elements to it. So, releasing this with Disney's Mufasa tells me that he's wanting to reach that wider audience, right? Because something like Disney's Mufasa isn't just for kids, it's for us, right? It's for, like, millennials that grew up with this movie. Like, I'm 40, but I grew up with movies like The Lion King, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. So, like, when I see this stuff come out in theaters, it's like that nostalgia factor. So he's playing to that with our demographic, but he's also playing to the children who are going to want to see it because it's The Lion King. It's the Mufasa movie. It's like, because kids today still love those movies. They're timeless. They just are. So that tells me it's going to be a family film. Now, as going back to not releasing it at Brazil's CCXP, I don't mind this approach. Like, I think it's interesting, but I don't mind, I don't mind it because I tell you what, some of my favorite memories when I was going to the theater, the movies, when I was a kid, were the previews, right? It was the trailers. This is long before. Some of you may be too young for this, but this was long before you went to a movie theater and you watched. The movie starts at 2 o'clock, but at 2 o'clock they start 30 minutes worth of ads and commercials that have nothing to do with movies. That used to be something that didn't happen. Back in the day, back in my day, you'd go to the movies, the movie would start at 2, but the previews would start at 1:50 or 1:55. Or even if they did start at 2 o'clock, the previews weren't a half hour long. There was like 3 previews. It was like 5 minutes. But that was my favorite part of the movie, seeing the previews, and like not knowing what I was going to see. And then every now and then something would pop up on that screen, and you'd see a trailer for something, and you'd be like, "What?" Like, Superman Returns, we were well into the internet age there, so it wasn't like that. I can't even think of the last like trailer that I saw when I was a kid in the movies that I was like, "Oh, this is cool." But it was always like a trailer or a preview based on like some kind of a character that I knew, like a hero, or even the Phantom Menace. I think we knew like Star Wars Episode 1, like whatever that movie became, whatever. But like going to the movies and seeing that preview when I didn't know it was going to happen, I was like back in like 1999 or whatever. That was awesome. Like I can't remember if I knew that. I don't think I would have known that the preview was coming out, but it was just cool because you're like surprised by these trailers. Or do you know what? James Bond. There's one. I went to the movies and I remember seeing a preview for GoldenEye, and I was like really, really excited because I was on like a James Bond kick, and I had no idea that that this movie was coming out. Like, I just really didn't. I was, whatever. But like, you see something like that and you're just like, whoa, I didn't know that was going to happen. I think that's going to be a cool thing for this trailer. Whereas with something like the Comic-Con, it's like only people that are going to the Comic-Con are going to see that for the first time. Whereas now, everybody's got the chance to see it on the big screen. And it's one of those things where you can go to the movies and be really surprised. I would kill to be that age again, where like if my parents took me to Mufasa and all of a sudden I see the Superman trailer, the Superman preview, I would be like, oh, cloud nine. So I think in that sense, it's a good decision. What do you think? Comment down below. I hope you've been commenting this entire time because you know how I love the community. But that's it. That's our big trailer update. It looks like we may potentially get the trailer now officially, not set in stone, in December 2024, mid-December. So that's exciting. Do you think that's right? Do you think that's wrong? Do you think that's fake? Do you think that's true? Let me know in the comments down below. Look, I have enjoyed bringing you this news. I love giving you this news. Hopefully, we get more and more and more and more. Obviously, I'll do a trailer review when we get it. I'll do more videos leading up to that. But yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. If you did like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding ding, if you're enjoying the channel. if you want to help me out, if you want to help me keep this channel going, please do consider becoming a member. This shirt here, Super X Apparel, this is the Wolverine shirt that I got from them. You can find the review on this and the Deadpool workout gear that I got from Super X Apparel as a member. Now, memberships start at $2.99 a month, so it's very cheap, but it will go a long way in helping me keep the channel going. So look, thank you so much for watching. Follow me at Superfit Cosplay on Instagram, and I will catch you next time.